Come on, man, just come up with a normal human greeting. Hello world. I've been making things out of garbage for 2 years. This is how it all started. I've kept just about everything I've made that wasn't a gift to someone else because my true talent is turning garbage that should be disposed of into garbage that I'm too emotionally attached to throw away. So to prove that, I'm going to talk about my first ever creation, which I threw away almost immediately. My story begins in 2021 when I was reading a book called Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. There's a large moral behind the story about misinformation and how people can be tricked into believing anything with propaganda, but I was too distracted by the fact that he made an 8-legged robotic hound that chased people and drugged them to really care about all that. If you're gonna make a book about not listening to propaganda, then why distract me with something so darn cool, Bradbury? Anyway, I started with a large box. I cut it in half and put a shoebox in the middle so that it could swivel on itself like the little nanobots from Big Hero 6, except much more nightmarish. This swivel used a Panda Express chopstick as an axle, making it the best working part of the project because it didn't break immediately. Moving down the spectrum of things that kind of worked to things that didn't, I made the tail. I spent about 2 hours on it with my trusty duct tape, and in my head I had this super cool looking design where a rubber band in the middle made the tail all springy, and I ended up with this. We're just gonna move on from that and look at the head. First, I started with another design so bad that I'm not even gonna make a graphic for it. Then I made a very innovative new one where the head, now listen to this, attaches onto a neck and then onto the body. It's crazy, I know. But we need a snout that injects people with morphine so that we can fulfill Bradbury's vision, which we have done flawlessly so far. It looks so good, just look at it. Oh look, a syringe. The one part of the project I actually kept. You can tell because it's covered in all this duct tape residue. Speaking of, duct tape and cardboard just don't mix. Either that or this is just a 20-year-old roll I found in my garage and I'm dumb. It somehow manages to not be sticky enough to stay, but to be sticky enough to leave this gunk all over the cardboard. And you'd think the sticky residue would help it stick another piece on, but it just, doesn't. And I didn't know that until after I made this, so it's stupid. It's falling apart. Sorry about that. Anyway, that brings us to these legs. These were the biggest letdown because I had actually drawn pretty good designs for them, but I had to ditch all the designs because of stupid duct tape. So I stole 24 paint sticks from Home Depot, my garage. Actually, it might have been Lowe's. And I made legs with them, which just kind of sat inside. And this was the final product. It's not good, it's not, but everyone who saw it went, wow, that's so good, because they wanted to make me feel better. Like how you congratulate a child who did something moderately well. Like, hey man, nice job, you played Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on violin in front of 30 people. I don't speak from experience at all. But it was my first time. I promise it'll get better. But for now, let's just admire the glory of the hound with these videos I took of myself disassembling it. I only ever got this thing to stand once, and it was very difficult. I'm not doing that again. Like Frankenstein, minus the alive part. This is a travesty. Syringe. The leg is the part whose design changed the most. Now it's just kind of sitting inside. I'm lazy. That is, yeah. Looks super futuristic, but it's just strings holding it on. Oh, is the video done? Huh. You might be wondering, but the reason I took videos and not pictures like a normal human is because my parents would brag about it to people and want to show them pictures, but when you only have these poorly made videos to show people, it's just kinda weird. And yeah, that was probably the most well thought through part of this project. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was gonna be the end of the video. I saw that I had typed 3,000 characters and thought, hey, that's like 10 minutes, and then it ended up being not even 4. This was really disappointing because I had put a lot of thought into that. I even included the bit about me playing violin when I was like 7, but it wasn't enough. So I'm gonna do the only thing I can do: memorialize my first piece of garbage. There